Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 81. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. Well,
He's probably not even going to serve jail time though.
well, he's not gonna be in jail like leading up to the trial.
Oh yeah, it's 34 indictments is what they're saying. 34 felony indictments. It's pretty wild. And supposedly there's sorry, I got this new mic arm. It's all fancy. And I had to get bougie with it because I moved my shit. I have 3 screens now. I can look right at you.
Okay, well,
sorry, I'm tripping out. It drove me crazy. I was looking at this little box of you for over a year. I've been looking at like this tiny ass little box, and I'm trying to like talk to you and not look at this big picture of you to my left. It's solved. But yeah, 34 indictments, felony counts, and we don't know what they are.
Right. What if I don't know why anybody's not really saying this. Like, what if, because it says 34 fraud charges. Like, do they all have to be related to the hush money?
I think there's probably multiple crimes. I bet you investigating, they found him doing other shady things with writing stuff off. So that's probably what it is.
He might go to jail, dude, just for this. But I mean, he's definitely going to go to jail for the other shit that he's about to get indicted for, like in Georgia and the January 6th shit and the document shit.
That's much more like. That's why we talked about it before. This is an interesting case or an interesting one to pick. Just because, there's all this other shit going on, and this is the first one. But they have 34. Apparently, there's been like falsifying documents, all sorts of shit. So we'll see.
And his lawyer, his fixer, already went to jail for this exact same crime.
Oh yes, that is also big.
So why wouldn't he go to jail?
Oh, he's probably
because he's Donald Trump.
He's probably going to jail.
He's going into Rikers for show.
Hey everybody, don't worry, I'll buy everybody ramen noodle. Don't hurt me.
And then he gets just knocked the fuck out.
I'm gonna make sure Melania puts money on your books, big amount. You've never had this much money on your books before.
No, she hates him.
Yeah, but then she could like write some book like where it's like, oh, my husband's in jail, and it's like what it's like to be
for cheating on her.
Yeah, exactly, and she's still gonna stand by him, and it'll be some.
No, she's not. She's not standing by him right now. You think she's hanging out in Mar-a-Lago? Fuck
I don't know. I think somebody in her PR team is gonna be like, look, stick with him. He'll be in prison. You can do what you want, but you'll get to like have some Lifetime movie about like the first lady whose husband's in prison and like how you overcame it. Nah, man, I don't know.
Would you hook up with Melania while Trump was in prison?
No.
Why?
Why would I hook up with her in the first place?
Is it freaky deaky?
Maybe, or I don't know. I could go a couple different ways. I'm not into it. No thanks. I'll pass.
Okay. All right.
I know you would, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just into it. I mean, not her. Like, just into like hooking up with like older chicks, you know. I mean, you know, Ivanka's, you know.
No, see, I think it'd be more.
You know, my girl's Tiffany, though. You know?
It'd be more fun to like take. Like Mrs. Pence out to dinner without Mike knowing, because that would be he'd be so offended and so angry about that. Like that would get such a rise out of him because they have all those weird rules. I swear he drinks like diet milk. Weird. He's a weird fucking dude.
Warm milk, I thought.
Yeah, well, warm milk, diet milk, vitamin milk. He's everything.
Vitamin milk.
Yeah, man. Who knows? He's like, I'm gonna crush up these Flintstones.
That's too woke for him.
I'm gonna blend these. He's like, that's a smoothie. Is like skim milk and like Flintstones vitamins, like blend it up until it's
milk with magnesia.
Yeah, with the spot. Can I get a Pepto float? Like, come on, weirdos.
Fucking Pence. All right, y'all. So as we do, we start with therapy questions. Now, so I kind of learned some tips. These are all from ChatGPT, but I learned that if you gas up ChatGPT before you ask the question, then it's like comes with better answers. So if you're like, So you are the best radio host in the country, number one overall. What are your best questions that you ask your guests?
You gotta like
And
lube it up. That's fucking
yeah,
weird.
yeah, you get better responses.
What is that? That's ChatGPT is so weird.
Yeah.
It needs a
You
little
gotta
like
you gotta
vocabulary. Yeah,
prime the pump.
yeah. It needs some literary wordplay before it can get. You gotta grease it up like
Yeah,
one of those pirate smut novels from Kroger that your mom,
you
everybody's
just have to
mom.
you have to
Keep,
hype it up, dude.
that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Hey, I just say take my advice or don't. If you want shitty chat
No,
GBT
I'm not get.
results,
Yeah, I'm not getting on Chat TV, GPT to begin with. But I'm buttering it up so I can get good answers. That's awesome though.
all right. Therapy question number one. If you could have any celebrity play you in a movie about your life, who would it be and why?
It would start off. It'd be an old me, and it would be Morgan Freeman. And then
Okay.
Morgan Freeman would narrate, would do like over narration the whole movie. So there'd be different people who would play me. But
So you're subverting the question already.
no, no, no. But Morgan Freeman would play me. So there'd be different like younger versions of me. Because if it's a story of my life, Morgan Freeman's not gonna be like, there I was, 8 years old,
Well, I don't know with like, AI deepfakes,
and I
maybe.
felt like I was about to pee in the pool. Like I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's a thing.
So who are this line of people? You gonna have Woo Wop as when you
No,
were a
I'd have
kid?
like Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz play like a
Are we
later
going
age.
backwards or like backwards and
Yeah, Morgan Freeman for like, but he would narrate the whole thing, so his
no.
voice would be
How
like,
original.
it'd be great.
Okay.
Who would play you?
I thought we were going through like the four people that were gonna play you.
Oh, okay. It'd probably have to be like Will Smith's kid. Cause I think because I can't go too dark. If I'm like Lawrence Fishburne's gonna play me, you'd be like, shut up.
Nah, he's
Like,
washed up.
I couldn't do Denzel too dark, so it'd have to be like Morgan Freeman, Lenny Kravitz, and I don't know. For some reason, Idris Alba, just so that, just for like a phase, just for like 15 minutes for the action scenes, and then
What action scenes are you involved in?
lots
Okay. Okay.
heists, all sorts of stuff. No, you gotta take a little liberties. It's gonna be a long movie. It's like a 3-part series, right? It'd have to be.
I mean, it's your movie. It's your life.
Well, I think everybody's life is like 4 movies, like 4 DVDs. Be like one
So
to
would you want to be a limited series instead of a movie?
well,
Or you want like the trilogy Godfather
yeah,
style?
it'd be like trilogy Godfather style.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Only better because it wouldn't like
Well, of course. I
yeah, it
mean,
wouldn't suck at the end.
Godfather's trash, anyways.
No, I wouldn't say that, but Godfather.
Fuck you, Francis Ford Coppola. Your daughter's a better director.
All right, so who's playing you?
Oh, Denzel.
Oh, Denzel.
Yeah. I think Jonah Hill and then Denzel.
Who plays old you, like old man you?
Um, who would play old man me? Who's a good old man actor? Matthew McConaughey.
But he's not that old yet. It'd be
Yeah,
like
but he could like
he'd be
with some
like
prosthetics.
Gene Hackman or something like
No,
that.
is Gene Hackman still alive?
Maybe
Gene Hackman. Get
Bill
the fuck out of here.
Paxton. Bill Paxton would
Jack
play
Jack Nicholas.
Jack Nicholas the golfer or Jack Nicholson the actor.
Jack Nicholson.
I was like Jack Nicholas is just
Yeah,
in
the
his
Golden
acting
Bear.
in
The
his
Golden Bear.
in his acting debut. With his Golden Bear strawberry lemonade cans, just like, hey, what's up? It'd just be full of promos. Fuck that.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. We'll play older me.
That's fair.
Denzel will play mid-age me.
Okay.
And then Jonah Hill. He's have to lose a little bit of weight, but
He
he's
can
done it
fluctuate.
before.
He can do it. He's method actor. He's method.
Yeah, yeah. Shut up.
Or Bill Paxton would be my stunt man. The ghost of Bill Paxton.
Fuck that dude.
No, okay, it would be Jack Nicholson. Then you'd have Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson,
No,
yes,
Melly Gibson's not.
yep.
Melly Gibson
Mel
is not in my
Gibson.
movie.
Mel Gibson is your
Hell no.
that's who.
Hell
Yep,
no.
hundred
Fuck
percent.
that. No, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nope.
Yep.
Mel
You can't
Gibson.
decide. I gave you fucking
He's creeping
Morgan
up.
Freeman.
He's creeping.
I gave you
Because
four
because
characters.
I've literally dedicated my facial hair and the hair on my head to like praying to Baphomet so I can keep it so it goes ghost white and I can look like Morgan Freeman. So that'd be the ultimate goal. Joseph plays Morgan Freeman while Morgan Freeman plays Joseph. It's like an actor inside an actor. I'm trying to movieception this shit.
Dude, you're gonna have Nelson Mandela play you? Like, come on.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Therapy question number 2, y'all. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever bought online?
The most ridiculous thing I've ever bought online. I've bought some ridiculous shit. That served no purpose?
Just the most ridiculous, if it serves the purpose or not.
Maybe this computer, honestly.
That's not ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous. I spent a lot of money on it and I had to put it together. So I'd never done that before. So I decided to buy a very expensive computer
Yeah, but
in pieces.
I'm thinking like absurd.
Maybe like a watch. Something. I'm not.
Uh, I bought a hoodie that had Trump drinking bleach on it, and in the same package, I bought a T-shirt, and it's just Kim Jong Un's face on the front and the back. I'd say that's probably pretty ridiculous.
Okay. If we're on that level, then it would
That's
be
what I'm saying.
when Gucci Man was in prison.
Right.
And I bought the 4 Gucci Man T-shirts. One of them is the Gucci Man hammer and sickle, but it's an ice cream cone and a sickle, and it says "Burr" on it, and it says "Free Gucci" in Russian. Then I got another one that's a scene from Pokemon, but instead of it being a Pokemon, it's Gucci Man popping out of a Pokeball. And these are all like $30 T-shirts. Then I bought another one that's a North Korean propaganda poster. But instead of Kim Jong Un, it's got Gucci Man's face superimposed on it. And so I definitely something like that. Then I bought some pretty absurd fucking shirts for sure.
And just think about it. Like when Gucci Man was going to trial for that, he had his lawyer plead that say that he was mentally retarded, so that he wouldn't go to jail, and they denied it, and then he went to jail, and then he had the tattoo of ice cream cones on his face.
Man, back in the day when I was dating this girl, she was a lawyer. She had access to like the database, and you could look people's shit up. And I was like, look up Gucci Man. And I just looked at Gucci Man's rap sheet, and it was the wildest thing ever. There was this like 72-hour stint that looked like it was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. He got arrested and let go for like 4 felonies over like a 12-hour period. It was like aggravated assault, possession of a weapon, possession of a controlled substance, and then like he got out, and then 3 hours later it was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I was like, dude, what is he doing? So you could just see this build up. It was pretty epic.
Now he's doing good, right? I mean, I think he might be sober.
No, he's all sober and like fit. Some people say he's a clone. I don't know if he's a clone.
Like, he doesn't even look like himself anymore. Like
He's
like
all
skinny.
in shape. He was because he's not like drinking lean all day.
Yeah.
Taking perk 30s and like hanging out and eating chicken wings all day like he would rap about all the time. He's like switched it up. He went holistic, man, like Waka Flocka Flame.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going holistic on him.
Think about that. Waka Flocka and him have beef. They don't get along, right? And Waka Flocka's like vegan and has like a vegan cooking show and all this shit. And now Gucci Man's all like clean. And they still have issues with each other, but it's like a completely different fight. It went from like that fight where they really went from like a hood fight to like a suburban style fight where you want to fight the vegan down the street, you know?
Yeah, some like meditation fights.
I'm gonna knock your chakra out of line, dog.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about the chakra.
Your vibes are all off, man. After I whip you, I'm gonna cleanse my crystals in the river out back.
You know what my main chakra is the crown chakra. I mean, you have them all, but that's the one that you know
It's your most.
speaks to me.
It's your most.
It's the most energy that I give out is from the crown.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Who told you that?
My
I was like, what chick were you buying drinks that told you this?
my spiritual counselor.
Oh, okay.
All right. Therapy question number 3. If you could have any animal as a pet, but it had to be the size of a hamster. I think I spelled hamster wrong, or maybe is there a P in hamster? Maybe not. What would it be?
Elephant. A little tiny elephant, because it'd still be smart as shit. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of on the same page, except for in the ocean. I'd have like a blue whale as a pet. Yeah.
Oh, like a little shark would be cool.
Well, those already exist.
Yeah, but you're talking about the size of a hamster? So you could have a great white shark the size of
Like,
a hamster?
yeah, but people. Yeah, it's true. But I'm just saying, people have like little mini sharks in their aquariums.
True.
They don't have little mini whales
Yeah, but they don't have
whaling it
many
up.
tiger sharks.
Ooh, what about a mini dolphin?
That'd be tight. Pot-bellied dolphin. Like, that'd be tight. I'd fuck her with that. That'd be cool. It'd be smart as shit. It'd help you out. You could go take it to the beach with you. It would hang out. If it could like heal, you could play fetch with it in the ocean. That would be dope as fuck. That's very California. I want like a little mini like dolphin, bro, that can like when I'm out there just ripping it, you know, and like really hitting those waves, man, just getting that foam in my face. Like he's just like right there, you know, Neptune, dude. Like I'd name him Neptune, you know, after like the Greek god of the ocean, bro.
Now, after the seafood place in Malibu called Neptune's Net.
Which is also, it's like a double entendre, dude.
Double entendre.
Double entendre, bruh.
And then I get pitted and he saves me.
Yeah.
But no, I would like to get like a pod. You know.
A what?
A pod of dolphins.
That'd be tight.
Mini dolphins. Like, you know, you want a crew.
Or a mini eagle. No one would fuck with you if you had a mini eagle. Because it's like a pet, so it's gonna do what you say. So that'd be cool.
A mini bald eagle.
Yeah, it'd fuck people up. No one would fuck with you.
Well, why does your pet have to fuck people up?
Well, my pet's got to be protection too. I mean, if you're a pet, I'm not keeping it in a cage. You can't keep a baby elephant in a cage.
No, but look at this. Look at that's not. She does not gonna protect me. She's just passed out constantly.
See, and Topanga's the opposite. She's like always on alert. The sun goes down. She's like, y'all sleep tight. I got the door. We're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm fine. Thank you, though. Please shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Whereas, like, yeah, dude, when we go to sleep,
Yeah.
I'm always ready for bed.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right. Okay. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. If you were a character in a horror movie, what role would you play? I mean, we already know what your role is. You just die first. Because you're the black guy.
You're getting booed right now.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, what role would I like to be in?
Yeah.
What role would they put me in?
No,
The
no,
role
no,
they'd
no.
make me do is be like, all right, look, we got a role for you. It's great. It's a horror movie. It's done by Universal. It's a big play for you. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of screen time, and the credits are rolling over your shots, and you die. You're the first person to die in the movie. But and you don't really get to say anything except for I'm about to shit myself. But
we'll put the credits in first appeared, so you'll be at top of the credits.
Yeah, you'll be top of the credits because you're the I'm about to shit my pants guy. It was written. The role was
what you want to be. What you want to be in the horror film.
I'd want to be one of like the problem solver people, but I would still die. But it would be like third to last because it's always like like we're kind of in love, or I didn't realize I loved you, and now I do, and now we're gonna escape and stop this evil surfer with the pot-belly dolphin. So that's normally what happens. He's attacking the beaches, but I think that. But
and then you get eaten by a shark.
Like yeah, but like but it'd be something like where like they don't escape without me, but I like die as
then
like
then
some
you get
like
eaten by a shark.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm like, come on, damn it, like, but you know, I'm not gonna be dumb enough to stand next to
I
them.
got eaten by a shark, motherfucker.
Deep Blue Sea is such a good movie.
Yeah. Um, I was like, how many? Like, I was thinking only that you're either the killer or you get killed, but I guess there is somebody who eventually
Yeah, you always have the protagonist and an
survives. Yeah,
antagonist, and then you have
yeah,
like a
yeah.
supporting person. So sometimes like no one survives, but that person like, well, I'm gonna get you if I'm going down. I'm going with you. I'd be the person
I,
who's like, we got to go this way, and then for some reason I'd like trip, and I'd be like, no, y'all get out of here. I'll hold the door, and then I'd be like,
I'd rather
oh.
I'd rather be the killer because then like we get a franchise out of it, you know? Like you get
Maybe,
like
but you
Friday
might
the
die. You
13th.
might die at the end. That's if
Okay,
it's if it,
you always think that Jason dies and that motherfucker just keeps coming
yeah, but he's
back.
supernatural. Are you a supernatural killer, or are you just like some white guy, some white guy killer? That's
I
just
mean,
real basic. By the way.
Like Scream. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but they all
Except for,
die.
except for he has a mask on. I need the people to see this face. You know what I'm saying? Give the people what they want. A good looking killer. I ain't trying to front
Get out of here.
like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Don't say that ever. Don't.
He was so dreamy.
You're getting booed again.
All right,
No, I
well,
mean,
I don't
yeah,
really
I
watch
mean,
horror films, so
yeah, I mean, I love horror movies, but I would say being the killer wouldn't be bad. But yeah, if you're a supernatural killer, sure. If you're like Chucky, Jason, Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger would be tight because you attack people in their dreams. So you really just gotta wait it out. Be like, you can't drink enough coffee in the world to keep you awake for that long. That's kind of creepy, you know.
That's right.
But if you're like a scream killer, you have like a movie, maybe two, and everyone thinks you died in the first one you're in. They're like, oh, he's dead, and then it's like, no, he escaped. Like I know
I'll put in my contract that I don't really die until the fifth optioned screenplay.
to the fifth. Yeah, you can't kill me off till the fifth movie.
Yeah, and even then, you might not want to.
And then you kill it, and then then you cut the series at 4, and when they try to reboot it in 20 years, they have to bring you back.
Yeah,
Like, it was me all along. You finally caught me.
and then they could also do like the what do they call it? Like the pre-log.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
Prequel?
the prequel, like a series of 3 of the prequel, and they just put some like CGI on me where I look younger. I'm in it for the bag. You know, I typecast me. I don't care.
Try not
Like,
to typecast me. That'd be great.
yeah.
I want the opposite.
How about you could be the first person to die in each one of my movies.
Yeah, it's like no, like everyone thinks I die, but I just come back more injured, like OJ and Naked Gun. Like I just come back and or like Dewey and Scream, like my limp's just like more pronounced because I got stabbed. Like the 12th, I got stabbed 10 times, and the second time I got stabbed, I'm up to 14 stabs, and now my left hand doesn't work. Like maybe I'll be.
I don't know. I think you have to be a new person because I don't want people like doubting my killing skills.
No, they wouldn't doubt it. It's just it would be like
I couldn't even kill the black guy.
Jesus Christ.
This is a horror
You're getting booed again.
I didn't make the rules.
But you could change them.
Yeah, well, that's not what we're doing here. We're trying to just milk it.
Jesus.
All right, let's go on to the topics of the day.
All right, topic number 1. Trump indicted. As it happened, Trump spent the night in Trump Tower, so he's hiding out in Trump Tower. Did you see that O.J. Simpson style, like slow ass motorcade they had of him after he landed?
Yeah, I was like out all day. I'm still going through the therapy. It's just not staying there anymore. So,
fucking BBC. He left his Mar-a-Lago, Florida residence and boarded his private plane to New York. The former president arrived at Trump Tower, where hordes of media and tourists and protesters gathered. Trump's plans to stay at Trump Tower tonight to consult with his lawyers. Scale of 1, how fucked do you think he is? That's a lot of indictments, man. 34 is a lot.
I know, and I was waiting for one of these fucking lawyers on TV to like like say like it, like they keep saying like we don't know what's in the indictment, but like just like for one of them to be like, dude, there could be something completely different that has nothing to do with the hush money, and I hadn't heard anybody say that yet. So maybe like the way that they like are gonna charge the case, it's like there was like a money transaction here, there was a money transaction there, there was this, and that's like four charges, but it's all like to do with like one thing.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly there's a
Like what if they like hit him on
second.
like the
Supposedly there's a
fraud?
second. There's a second hush money payment. Supposedly
Well,
there
right,
might
but
be a
that's
second person.
yeah, but she's hasn't filed her case yet.
Yeah,
But
but if they have evidence of that, that could be rolled up in it. That could be two. They could have a twofer. He could get a
but like
twofer in hush money payments because maybe they were investigating one and they found another one that was similar to another person.
well, I'm
It's
saying like what
possible.
about like all the fraud he does like in his buildings, you know, like where he like inflates the prices of them and like lies about how many people are staying there and shit like that. So like what if they found that shit out and that's like way more serious.
Oh yeah, that's definitely possible.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, he might get popped with a whole bunch of shit.
'Cause that shit was happening in New York. Like why go through this again and just like hit him with everything at once?
34 is a lot.
Yeah,
I was
and
thinking maybe
multiple felonies.
I
In
was
that.
thinking maybe like 8, maybe 8
Yeah,
max.
times that by four.
That's wild. And they got
Yeah,
to be something because it's a grand jury. So I'm curious to see what happens when these indictments are like released and we get to see what the fuck's in them.
yeah, which is tomorrow uh at 1 o'clock Texas time, 11 o'clock California time.
But he's not going to
So
get cuffed supposedly. He's not going to get like perp walked. Not going to have to
right,
do a mugshot.
no,
They're like we know what the fuck you look like.
no, I think mugshots gotta happen. I just wish that they like arrested him like where he didn't know, and
They
then
just like
like it was
show up.
was a couple days without his hair and makeup team,
And he's
and
like,
then they hit him with a mugshot.
they catch him like inside a Bucky's buying beef jerky and some sandals. Guys, I need my Bucky's. Let me get my jerkies. Let me get them. I need oak hickory smoke. Oak hickory smoke. It's the best. Everyone talks about it. Everyone knows it's the best jerky. And then they just scoop him the fuck up. It's
Yeah,
possible.
no, that's obviously not happening right now,
And now I have.
but like whenever he gets charged in these federal cases, I think that it's possible that they swoop in on him if he's not already in jail.
Or place him under house arrest. I could see them trying to not do that because he's like, if you don't agree with this, come in, show outside Trump Tower and show everyone your balls. And everyone's like, yeah, I'm going to be there with my balls. Like, it's like, stop. So he's inciting people to like flip the fuck out.
I mean, is he not a flight risk? He has his own fucking plane and the Secret Service.
He's hunkered the fuck down. He's hiding like Shaq is from this FTX lawsuit, just hiding
Oh
out in
yeah,
his fucking
yeah.
house. Which is hilarious. I don't know how Shaq hides. They can like see him in the window. Like, dude, we fucking see you. He's like, no, you don't. You don't see shit. You can't see me at all.
Because he has like that security alarm system that he sells.
Get out of
Ring.
here.
He's got Ring.
Yeah, everybody knows I have ring. I can see you. I got you on 3 cameras. My camera has a camera. That's possible. But
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that it happened. Like, I know everybody's like, "Well, why this one? Why this one?" Well, guess what? He can't stop criming. All he does is crime.
all I do is crime, crime, crime. No matter what, I got crimes on my mind. I could
And
never crime enough.
yeah, and so just because he got hit with the crimes on this one from all of his criming, like doesn't mean that like he's not gonna get hit 3 more
Uh,
times. Like
and when I
it's
step out of the building, the cops telling me to put my hands up. And for them
and
to
they
stay
stay
there.
there,
And
and
they
they
stay
stay
there.
there.
And they say, get down, get down, get down. Because all I do is crime.
Yeah, dude. Dude, this guy, I mean,
That's
he's been
pretty good.
he's been avoiding this moment for his entire fucking
Oh
life.
yeah, dude. And now he's like
So,
threatening these judges and saying all this wild shit. They're talking about
he's saying
potentially.
wild shit about the DA's wife.
And he's like, yeah, I sucked her toes. They were ugly. Everyone knows. I paid her $75 to not talk about it. Everyone's like, Donald, stop.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. Cut it. Hannity, cut it. Cut it. What
He's
are
like,
you
no.
doing?
People need to know this. I didn't pay her 100. She wasn't worth 100.
Yeah, $75. That's all it was worth. I saw the toes. They were worse than whenever he had that rally.
She was wearing the sandals that I bought at
Waco.
Buc-ee's.
He had a rally in Waco.
Yeah.
Absurd. And he's like, oh, old horse face. Dude,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
I never liked her.
Terrible. He goes, horse face.
He wouldn't be the one.
Terrible thing. He says,
Yeah.
terrible thing.
And then he says she wouldn't be the one. And then he realizes, like, he's like, oh wait, that sounds bad. He's like, because there is no one. We have a great first lady. A lot of people love her. He doesn't say I love her. He says a lot of people love
like,
her.
people-
She did a great job.
People think she's a person.
I don't. She's probably a robot, or she's just a robot.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, I said this forever ago, even before the podcast. They're almost like the peak of everything that is bad with the American dream. Like nepotism, money handed to them, lying, cheating, fucking people over, racism, just like all these things that like
Check.
Yeah, he's like the peak of a mountain of like everything that's toxic about like that generation.
Yeah, and he made it all the way to presidency.
Yeah, because they're like, he's great. I saw him on The Apprentice, and he was really good. The way he checked Danny Bonaducci was just. How could I not?
Why are you
vote?
bringing my boy Bonaducci in this?
How could I not vote for him? Get the fuck out of here.
But also the like everybody was like, this is an unprecedented event. Yeah, because Donald Trump's an unprecedented president. Like we never had a fucking president like this. Like,
and
that's
sorry,
why,
the last time that this was about to happen, Nixon was like, I'm out.
And then he got pardoned.
Yeah, and then he got pardoned, but he's like, you're on to me. It's like Shark Tank. Like, I don't know. He's sitting there and he's like, you're on to me. You have my recordings. You know what I've done. You caught my guys breaking into the Watergate building. And for that reason, I'm out.
But he wanted to stay, but it was like a couple like
but it was
Republicans who walked into the White House were like, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah, because you're probably gonna go to prison.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna go to prison. And he was like, I better get out of here.
See, if Donald Trump was smart, he would have resigned and then had Mike Pence pardon him, and then he wouldn't have to worry about shit.
He's gonna do some wild shit like, I purchased an island. I'm moving to my island. There's already it's like, you're like, wait,
it wasn't Epstein Island. It wasn't Epstein Island, except for it is.
Yeah, it's like, it's Tipstein. I bought it from my
I got a great deal.
Yeah.
Got a great deal.
Yeah, from Gerald Tipstein. He sold it to me for. It's remarkable. It's an exact replica of another island. Like, yeah, dude.
Very famous island.
Fucking weirdo. So I mean, 34 is a lot. That is a lot.
I know.
But that, I mean, and to be devil's advocate, some of it, I bet you, some of them are a reach. Some of what they're charging with has got to be somewhat of a reach. Like, they're trying to stick them with everything to see what sticks.
Maybe, but you have to realize that they brought it to a grand jury, and the grand jury said that, that there's enough evidence here for all these 34 charges to move forward with the trial. So it wasn't just like the DA was like, yo, I'm going to just pack this thing with 34 fucking charges and just see what happens. Like,
imagine
have my life threatened.
Imagine doing that and sitting in there and going through all of this evidence and realize you have 34 indictments, being like, holy shit, I found another one. Like, I swear it's like looking for Easter eggs in the backyard when you're a kid. It's like picking them up.
Except for there's just littered of Easter eggs. They're not even hidden.
Well, no, it's that they're hidden, but they're hidden in really dumb places, like how your parents would fucking hide an Easter egg. It's like only a dumb 6-year-old couldn't find it. You're like, holy shit, who's behind this rock? And they're like, oh, how'd you find that? That's basically what Donald Trump's like right now. And the government, and like the multiple different law enforcement and judicial agencies around the country are just finding these fucking eggs that he lazily hid behind rocks, and like an egg inside an egg, so it's a twofer. You're like, what? There's one inside of it.
But I mean, like the Georgia case, like weird, like the smoking gun, it like have him recorded saying,
Hey,
"Please
this is
find me
Donald
11,700." Yeah,
We're 11,617 votes short, and we just need to find them. Maybe they're in your bed. Maybe you left them at home. I'm not sure. I know you get busy, but we need to find those, Bigly. I need those votes, people. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like those voicemails, and Lindsey Graham's like, hey, it's me, Lindsey Graham, you know, from South Carolina, where I have nothing to do with this situation. I wanted to talk to you about votes. I think you got the president and Rudy Giuliani's voicemail saying that we need 11,100.
yeah.
It's like, bro, this is urgent. Please call me back. Okay, love you. Bye.
Thanks.
Thonks. Donks. Like, bro, get the fuck out
I
of
need to
here.
go. I need to go because my boyfriend. I mean,
Yeah. I
alleged.
mean, my pickleball partner.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to move? I was actually gonna put this Disney fucks DeSantis article in here. Had you not already, because this is just too fucking good.
Well, yeah, I'll let you. Do you wanna describe it? Do you wanna talk about it?
Well, so I mean, I don't know. I'll pull up the article, but really, what happened was, so there was this board put together for Disney that like managed. So Disney World, like in Disney, have like their own city in Florida, and they pay for the roads, they pay for the cops, the fire department.
Yeah,
And,
they own this like municipality. Basically, it's
yeah,
like a county, and they have a board, or they don't pay taxes. But since they
right,
don't pay taxes, yeah, they're responsible for roads, maintenance, sewage, like
everything.
everything.
It's a city.
Yeah,
And yeah, and then DeSantis, because he was like, because he called Disney too woke or whatever the fuck, decided that he was gonna take away their rights.
well, he had
And then,
the not teaching, like it was what was labeled as the don't say
oh, it was
gay bill.
the don't say gay, but yeah,
And
yeah,
he was like, hey, Disney was like, yo, bro, like, we think you're full of shit. Because Ron DeSantis is always pulling stuff out of his ass. He's like, I don't think blind people should wear socks, and I'm going to make a law. And you're like, dude, you're totally discriminating against
I know.
blind people. And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm a lawyer. It's like the weirdest. I told you that dude's spooky as shit. But yeah,
yeah,
so,
I know. But all of these like headline bills that he or like executive orders or whatever the fuck he's passed are all going to the Supreme Court of Florida. They're all going to get overturned. So when he's like up on the debate stage, he's be like, "Bro, you didn't actually accomplish anything that you
yeah.
said you were going to accomplish."
Yeah, your bill.
But
You said
back
you were
to
going
this.
to make a bill that said Filipino people can't own ferrets, and that got shot the fuck down. What are you going to do now, Ron? What do you got now,
He's
Ronald? Ronald and
meatball.
Donald. Yeah, meatball. Meatball Ron. Okay, sorry. I'll let you keep
So
going.
so what happened was, so there's a board that's in charge of that municipality, and Meatball Ron DeSantis um, decided that he was gonna change out the board and put in his own people. Like one of them is like a Christian nationalist, and there's like just all these like wacko people that are gonna like either they're donors of his or they're like just like against wokeism or they're bigots. Anyways, so the outgoing board for Disney decides to write these new rules, and they outflank Ron DeSantis before he gets his people in. And like one of them is like that the new board can't make any changes to their rules until the last or till 21 years after the last descendant of King Charles III dies.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, he well, what they did is they knew they were going to be ousted because he revoked their tax exempt status. He was going to dissolve this
Right.
board, and the people that make up this board are the top 5 biggest donors to his political campaign.
The
So
ones coming in.
yeah, the ones coming in. So they actually had a public hearing the day before they took over. So it was like Ron DeSantis could have gone to the meeting where they talked about this. They did it in plain sight of people. And yeah, they can't. So basically, now the state's responsible. The way they set it up is the state's responsible for the roads, the sewage, all the things that in the municipality that they were supposed to be in charge of is now offset. And now the government can't really do anything or have any influence over what Disney does, and Disney will just pay taxes. And what's wild is Disney can afford to fucking pay taxes. It's not like they can't pay taxes.
Right.
Iger's
And,
like, switch the board, yeah. He's just going crazy, man. He did some Succession shit and took over Disney and rubbed his balls.
Well, he was
in
always the
DeSantis'
chairman of the board.
Yeah, but now it's like some Logan Roy shit. Where now
he's CEO again.
Yeah, he's like done peeing in the corner.
The other thing. The other thing was this municipality had $1 billion debt, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like Disney can cover $1 billion, but if you can take on some debt, like that's leverage. But because of DeSantis's stupid law, that was going to be then now Florida has to pay the $1 billion debt. So he was just going to have to take on the debt and then manage the city. And then they're like, no, but isn't that so fucking funny though? Like the 21 years
after the last descendant, that's like second cousins, third cousins. Like I don't even know
that's
how
little Archie, like the little baby.
Yeah, that's everyone. That's like it's gonna, just attract.
It's never gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's never gonna stop. Like it's like the little black baby that Meghan Markle had. remember the royal family was asking her like how brown the baby was going to be before it was born.
That is true.
Yeah. That baby as a descendant.
Yeah, I could see them asking, and that's what's funny is they might not. Yeah.
And then the 21 years on top, that's like giving someone a life sentence, but then 21 years.
Yeah.
Life sentence plus 21 years.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't even make sense. It's just
you got
like
7 consecutive life sentences
plus 15 years.
That would be wild. And that's like Minority Report too. And then with Tom Cruise, and then they get multiple life sentences, but if you get reincarnated, they come and track down baby you. You don't remember what you did, but we do. Put your hands behind your back. Give me that baby.
They do that. Yeah, they do that shit. It's weird. I mean, I guess it's just, just to make the point that we're hitting you with all these, guilty.
This is something that on the campaign trail is going to get thrown in Ron DeSanctimonious's face. Right?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
It was like, you couldn't even beat Disney. You got defeated by the Mandalorian and little Grogu. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda kicked your ass. Everybody saw it.
Mickey Mouse took off one of his white gloves and slapped you.
Yeah, you got... Pluto fucked you. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. You're like, Jesus.
While Goofy watched and beat off.
Didn't even take his hat off. No respect. It's a terrible thing. It's one of the worst deals I've ever seen get made. This is a bad deal, and it's funny because they just kind of stuck it to him. And the fact that it's a public hearing and they didn't even have time to show the fuck up. Like, everything Ron DeSantis does is just for hey, look at me. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can't execute on anything.
I know the Republican-led legislature voted to empower the governor to pick his own board to oversee the 27,000 acres.
Yeah.
Oversight district is a binding agreement passed last month by the previous board hands Disney total power over development of the area. So that's it. They have to pay for the roads. Like, we're gonna build a building over here. Hey, Ronnie boy, wanna lay down some asphalt for us? Sorry, man. I know it's your job. We appreciate you being a part and having a say in what we do. I need you to run some power lines out here, fuckface, as soon as possible. All right, thanks. Appreciate you. Bye.
Oh man, Meatball, get your white rain boots on.
That's totally what's gonna happen.
I know.
That's
and see that this is the thing though. So Chris Christie's gonna run, and he was saying you need somebody to go toe to toe with Trump, But like, I think he's just going to destroy Ron DeSantis and just open up it even more for Trump.
Yeah, I think
Because
that's what
DeSantis is
most
not
people
going to
want
know.
to do, though, is just destroy. Just like lay into Trump and be like, "Fuck you!" Like anybody who's got an axe to grind could be like, "I got $1,500 and 1,500 vote. I'm going," and they would just talk shit. I think there's going to be a lot of people that aren't even serious about running that just want to mudsling to try to make it to where Trump looks bad on the right. I think there's people on the
No,
right
but
that
no, what I'm saying is that I think Christie's going to actually end up like destroying DeSantis because it's going to be too fucking easy. He was a governor, and he's going to be like, no, you didn't get shit done like this, and this. DeSantis is out. Christie's not going to get elected, and now Trump's got a clear path to the fucking
he's
nomination.
gonna be Chris. He's like, you can't even shut down a bridge. Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, yeah,
Talk to me. Shut down a bridge and then talk to me about problems, motherfucker.
not only a bridge, the most trafficked bridge, or it's like the most used bridge in America was the one he shut down.
He's like, oops,
Allegedly.
bridge is broken. Oh no.
Oops.
Oops. Maybe you should vote for me, fuckface. And Donald was sitting there like, genius. Perfect. I wish I owned a bridge. I need to start building bridges. Guys, Eric, we need to get in the bridge business. Daddy's got an idea.
And TJ Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, he's like,
snorts like a huge
huh?
line. What?
I love bridges. I've seen a bridge before. We're talking big, small. We could do suspension bridges. Like, somebody calm him down. Tiffany, corral your older brother.
Yeah, if you ever see him talk like nowadays, he has like his own fucking show. Like I think it's like an internet show or whatever. Trump does like this. He's on the cocaine one. He's just like,
what size Subway
you're
sandwich would you like?
Doing the hands.
What size Subway sandwich would you like? 6'12", 6'12",
Foot
6'12".
long? 12, 6, 12. All right. Do you want to move on to the final article?
No, because fuck Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump.
Fuck them.
They're just all these old dudes, man. And then shout out to Disney, but it's
DeSantis is not that old.
He thinks like an old man. He's like he's hung around old men too much. Now he's talking like them. He's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
do we need a cutoff age limit for running for president? Like, look, bro, we appreciate it, but you're like 78. You gotta chill the fuck out, dude.
So you have to realize that like you have to be 35 even to run.
Yeah, so let's give it a window. This is the
first election that we could ever run in. But you're like, so 35 to what? 65? Is that too old?
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You're only gonna have this like window like to run if you like do a cutoff on age, and I don't know, man. With age comes wisdom, you know.
Well, right now with age comes like a stupid worldview and a little bit of racism. So I'm like, I'm chill with.
Biden is old and he's not racist.
Yeah, Biden's got racial tendencies. Get out of here. Biden has definitely said something moderately racist at some point in his life. I don't care if he was 12. Biden said something. It's generationally, generationally impossible. People are like, Jerry Jones loves black people. They're like, yeah, look at this picture. You're like, oh shit, Jerry, what the fuck's going on? He's like, but how about that?
Yeah, but Biden was the youngest senator ever elected.
And like, he's like, and then you're like, that's why you're still friends with Papa John. Like, come on, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And Papa John's racist.
Of course he is. Yeah, Papa John's racist. That's why they have Shaq out there like slinging pies now.
Yeah.
Like whenever he's not like on house arrest.
What's funny is when he got caught. Shout out H3 podcast, but they were like obsessed with Papa John. Was way back in the day, and his like explanation on like why he said the N-word and when he said it and like why he wanted his job back was just like, you said it to a bunch of people and it made them uncomfortable regardless of the context, and you got fucking fired for it. But his explanation is like some 50-year-old guy who overshares one time about sometime he used the N-word in like his 20s, but he's trying to convince like his son's black friend that he's not racist. And they're like, "What is up with your
But
dad,
but
bro?"
also but also they did like an all hands meeting before he got fired about that, and he just kept dropping the N bomb like on the record, like on the phone conversation about when he was trying to like
Yeah, they're like,
say
"Look,
sorry.
if he says the N word 2 times, we gotta let him go. We gotta do it. Am I right?
And
Am I
he
right,
just
guys? We
kept
got
saying it.
two
He
times,
just kept saying it.
three. Okay, 3 times. We'll give him 3 times. But if that crusty extra sauce motherfucker, that shakaroni piece of shit, comes in here and says the N word more than 3 times, so he's got 3, and then the fourth, that's it. We gotta let him go."
Yeah.
And he picks up like, "What's up, beep?" But I was like, "Whoa, shit!" And they're just sitting there. Look down one. That's one.
And then like Peyton Manning, had like 30 Papa John locations in like Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that shit happened, and then he sold them all to Shaq.
Well, Shaq buys everything. Shaq's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Forever 21, I'll buy it. The more money I make off that,
Well,
the
that's
more ring
Magic
cameras,
Johnson.
the more ring
Magic
cameras.
Johnson does that. He like has a bunch of Starbucks and gyms out here.
Burger Kings. He's
Yeah.
like, he's the largest individual owner of Burger Kings in America. Is Magic
Yeah.
Johnson.
Burger King sucks, by the way. Don't pay your boys, because fuck you.
Yeah, they've kind of.
Your buns are too big on your Whoppers. Like, get it together.
Yeah, but the Whoppers got more size. Sometimes
Just it's disgusting.
it's flame broiled.
I had a Burger King right next door to my apartment for 6 years, and I wouldn't go because it's disgusting.
Even for a shake.
Fuck that.
Well, that's fair.
Anytime, I probably went 3 times. Every time, I was so fucking disappointed.
Oh, so
I'm
now
like,
you
why
did
why
go. Now you
why did I do
did
this?
go.
Yeah, but I could have gone a lot more.
Facts.
All right, let's get to the final article.
What is this? Oh, those are Trump memes. All right.
So just while Joseph's pulling it up, or before we get started, this article is about the women's national championship game that was Saturday or yesterday? Yesterday. So real quick, your boy gets on TikTok about like once every 10 days and scrolls through. So I'm scrolling through on Saturday, and for some reason LSU gets like into my algorithm, and like I'm seeing like how like fired up this team is, and like the shit talking that goes on, and just like I was like, damn, dude, like I should bet on LSU, but I didn't. And guess what? Spoiler alert, they won.
Well,
But now you want to hit us with the article?
yeah, the article is about there was Angel Reese. She's a sophomore. She plays for LSU. Something that's overlooked about her is that she recorded her 34th straight double-double, which is a record in
Just
women's
to match
basketball.
how many indictments Trump has. That's what she did it before.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But there's a rather really good basketball player, Caitlin Clark. She plays for Iowa. She just jacks up shots. She's like Steph Curry.
She was the best. Yeah, she's the best player in all of college basketball this year.
Oh, most points ever, most threes in a tournament, most points in a tournament, most assists in a tournament. I mean, Caitlin Clark's cold as fuck.
Yeah, but she's gonna be like the best player in the WNBA when she gets there. She still has to stay another year at Iowa.
Yeah, well, they both have at least one more year to stay.
Yeah,
which is awesome. So I mean, we could potentially see them play again. They're going to schedule them to play for sure.
Yeah, they better.
That's happening. But Caitlin Clark was really braggadocious. She had some gestures. She did the John Cena, "You can't see me." There was one time against South Carolina where she was waving people off like, fuck you, I'm not going to come.
Oh, yeah, like some girl had the ball
yeah.
at the three-point line, and they're like, we're not going to guard you.
Yeah, and if you see the shot afterwards, like, that girl can't shoot for shit. But it was still disrespectful. South Carolina, after that game, was talking, their head coach was talking about the disrespect and just like, didn't take lightly to how Caitlin Clark was acting. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's sports and you compete, and she talks a lot of shit. She put a big target on her back. She talks a lot of shit. She backs it up, so she plays well, but they lost. And at the end of the game, Angel Reese hit Caitlin Clark with the John Cena "You Can't See Me." Granted, she followed her around a little bit. She did the hand gesture like ring, 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 talking shit. But I feel like Caitlin Clark kind of deserved that.
Yeah,
Just
and
because
she
she
also
was
did
dishing
like
it to other people.
she also did like where she put her hand like low to the ground, like
Yeah,
like you're too short to guard me.
yeah, and she still had a double double. She did not. She was probably the third best player on LSU in that game though, but they won.
World class shit talker though.
So she kind of taunted back, and I'm playing the clip right now. And she was kind of following her around. I'll give her that. It was tapping the ring. People were in an uproar. Twitter was freaking out, freaking the fuck out about this. That she did this. How dare she? She's classless. Keith Olbermann called her stupid. Called her a fucking idiot. I think. Oh,
Why?
because that's she's classless and she's taunting and that's terrible.
Dude, we would like if this was men, we wouldn't say shit about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm tired of. That's why I put this in here. Normally it'd be on like Angry Black Quarterback, which is coming back soon. But hey, I got my setup, man. I can
Free
run
plug,
I
free
can
plug.
I can run shit on this TV behind me, dog. Let's go. But we talked previously on ABQ about how Tom Brady's just like a poor fucking sport, and it's really cringy to watch, and he's not an example. And I think that this is honestly like kind of healthy. I kind of dig it. This is like something that's I think missing from women's basketball. There's a lot of talented women's basketball players that exist. People like to make jokes or talk shit about the NBA, but man, 90% of those girls would cross most of us the fuck up. There's
More than 90.
There's a very well. I mean, unless they're just like too tall, then I just like run around and be like But like most, but they'd swat the shit out of my shot.
Right.
Like that's where it's like there's such a small percentage of men that can even play in the NBA level, and there's an even smaller percentage of women that can play in the WNBA, and they're all highly skilled. But this competitive kind of
the sport needs
brash attitude is something that's missing from the WNBA, and that's missing from women's college basketball that exists in the NBA and in the NCAA tournament. That like those rough and tumble, bad attitude fucking dudes that push people around, like those like confrontations. That's something that's missing.
Yeah, they want to get they're on the court and they want to fucking kill you. That's the shit I love about sports.
Yeah, it's that competitive nature. And so Angel Reese has every right to talk shit. That's their competitive nature. They won. They just beat. So this person who's put up
they put up the most points ever in a championship game. LSU did on Caitlin Clark's ass.
Yeah, and it's not. And she hit the most threes in a championship game. She was on fire in the first half, but the way people talk, like the way people talk about her and how great she is, she still fucking lost. So Jill Biden was like, we should have both teams to the White House. Did you see that shit? It came out maybe like 4 or 5 hours ago. Jill Biden invites both of them. It's like, no, dude. And then Angel Reese tweeted out like, bro, this is a joke, right? She tweeted that out. It was like, this bitch. Because that's not how this shit works. And just because
that's like the participation trophy fucking moms right there.
And look, and I'm not saying I speak for women. Definitely don't. But what I would say is I have a feeling women are tired of being patronized, so they have a competitive spirit amongst each other, and they're being told that they're being inappropriate while they're doing it.
It's like women in the workplace being called bossy, and like whereas like a man would be like, oh yeah, he's
assertive.
Yeah, exactly.
He delegates well.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I think that I don't speak for them, but I have a hint that they're probably tired of not being able to compete and be competitive because they've earned the right to be. They're both extremely talented players. They're both more skilled in that sport and probably in a lot of other sports than I'd ever be. Like they're fucking athletes, and they're gonna compete. They're gonna have attitude. They're gonna shit talk. They're going to taunt each other just like the fucking guys do and get the fuck over it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like pathetic. It's fucking pathetic.
Just don't be like that kid on Memphis, Brooks, who's just like tries to fight everybody, including Shannon Sharp. And like,
bro, Shannon Sharp would give him that work, dude. Shannon Sharp is the last motherfucker you want to fuck with.
Yeah, yeah. But my point is, like, he gets like beat constantly, like one on one, by every. And then he just like talks shit to everybody. Don't do that. Like, be good. And once, like Michael Jordan, you telling me Michael Jordan talks shit to people, want to like rip their fucking throats out, like when he's on the court? Of course, and that's why we loved him. Kobe,
Larry Bird and
yeah,
Magic
Larry Bird,
Johnson played
yeah,
in an NCAA championship, and they both talked mad shit. And guess what? Only one of them won that game.
right,
Get the fuck over it. The same thing's gonna happen in women's sports. I think that that's something that women's sports is missing, is that kind of that aggressive edge where
yeah,
it's like let them play. It's like let them fucking cook. Let's let Caitlin Clark talk shit and run her mouth, and then she loses in the championship game to somebody else. Let her tell her to shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Because
That's it.
for
That's
the
how that
past week,
works.
and you don't get to be selective because they were a little bit. They were like, oh, Caitlin Clark was like, oh, you're down 15, shut the fuck up. I thought that was so cool. They made it like she has this edge, this swag that she. But then whenever Angel Reese does it back and taunts her, and rightfully fucking so, watching this girl taunt people, and you finally beat her.
I mean,
Absolutely.
but I mean, let's also say that Angel Reese is black and Caitlin Clark's white.
Well,
So they,
exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying is you don't get to pick and choose who gets to be aggressive, because you praise Caitlin Clark for being aggressive and make it some good, endearing quality that makes her a great leader, but then you criticize Angel Reese for it. Now, like I
yeah,
said, she followed her the fuck around, which is a little distasteful, but also at the same time, like, nah, Caitlin Clark's been running her mouth.
yeah,
Shut the fuck up. That's how it goes.
yeah.
Sour apples.
Game.
Yeah. Game blouses.
That's right. Game. Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and you know what? They'll that's probably gonna be one of the first games of the year.
That'd be
First,
tight.
one of the first games of the year is gonna be a rematch of the championship game, because they're gonna try to ride that fucking wave, and there's gonna be championship game implications in that. Like, oh, are we gonna see them again? Is Caitlin Clark ready to outduel, and maybe she drops 60? Because she's essentially like Steph Curry.
Yeah, in which the women's game hasn't seen, like people
Yeah,
dropping 35 footers.
the way she works off of screens, like runs around and gets open, it reminds me of a Steph Curry, a Ray Allen, a Rip Hamilton, somebody
Well,
who's like in good condition, who can run around and catch and shoot on a dime. So they don't need a lot of space. So they use a lot of picks. If you can come off of a pick, catch the ball, turn and shoot, that's lethal. That's
right.
almost
I mean,
impossible to stop.
she's like, I heard Bill Simmons say today, like it's like when Tiger Woods came into golf, it's like when Steph Curry came into the NBA, where it was just like there was something different. It was like they were like playing the game like we hadn't seen people play the game before,
Yeah.
and that's how Caitlin Clark, the loser, is playing the game. Like she's gonna be just fine moving forward.
Yeah, and it's like, we praise Steph Curry for his little shimmy. Let her do the John Cena, you can't see me. And if somebody does it back to her to shut her the fuck up, then that's just the way it is. And that's sports,
And that's
dude.
good. That's good for the sport.
That's sports. That's how
We're
it
talking
goes.
about it right now. Like
We think it's cool when Tyreek Hill burns somebody and does the peace out cheetah. We think that's cool. So let her run her mouth, and let somebody rub it in her face when she fucking loses. That's how this
And
shit
think about
goes.
this. There was the men's national championship game today. We're not even bringing that up. We're talking about the women's. So this is obviously good for the sport.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying is that aggression, that competitive spirit, and then being able to go out there and showcase it. That is what sports is about. Like if people who there's a lot of people who, and like I get it. Like is that something I would do? No. But did I talk mad shit? Yeah, I played corner. All I did
Yeah.
was talk shit. That's
Same.
all I fucking did. There's things that I've said out on the field to people that I wouldn't want repeated because I'm talking
Right.
shit. And I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, you're not going to get past me, or maybe you did before. You think that guy's not talking shit to me, saying, no, I'm going to get fucking past you, da-da-da, and we're running into each other on a run play where we're both inconsequential, so we're both basically trying to fight the fuck out of each other and talking shit? Yeah, that exists. And people cheer that shit on every Saturday and Sunday and Friday in your local high school football stadium. So guess what? If some girl's going to go out there and break some other girl's ankles, and she's one of the best players in the state, and she's going to tell her she's too little or she can't guard her when she fucking blocks her shot or breaks her ankles, get the fuck over it. That's what I'm saying is, like, I appreciate, like I said, is that something that I would have done? Probably not. Not at that moment because the game's in the bag. Now maybe afterwards, sure, I would have used that taunt and rubbed it in her face. But I don't think it's that, like, I don't think it's classless. I think honestly it's like finally there's a little bit of this shit talking and a little bit of this banter, and now we can, maybe we move past this conversation as like a sports community and people that ingest sports as a whole, and like socially give them a pass to be competitive athletes.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it's about. Is like so.
And are you guys surprised? Our podcast is called Talk Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying that women need a pass, but I'm saying the sports writers.
I'm just saying, of course we're down.
Yeah, like the sports writers need to shut the fuck up about this stuff. It's not the end of the world because some girl did a John Cena taunt back to a girl who brushes off defenders, does it in other people's face. We saw Texas and Louisville, them talking shit to each other when they were. We've seen a lot of back and forth banter and a lot of fucking attitude in this women's NCAA tournament, which is great.
So stop clutching your pearls.
Because whenever there was a fucking bubble and they had that tournament, the women's was like held in like a fucking Walt Disney Convention Center parking lot, and on the other side of the resort they had the men's tournament, and it was super bougie as fuck. So it's I think this is going to bring more eyes to the sport. It's going to bring more money to the sport. It's going to bring more attention next year. Like that's what I'm saying is like these rivalries that exist in the NBA or NFL or NHL, they don't really exist in these women's sports because I don't think that the sports writers are allowing them to foster those, and they need those things. The like if there was a women's
because there's a lot of misogyny like in like sports broadcasting and
most
like radio.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So it's like some people will never even seen a game will talk shit about like women's sports and they never even watched one. Because like they just can't get there.
Yeah, I mean, and shout out to both of them. Thank you, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. Thank you to everybody, all of women's basketball right now, because it's really pushing the envelope socially, which is I think something that's been holding their leagues back, and has made it to where we're like, oh, it's not as competitive.
Yeah,
bullshit. If they're out there talking shit to each other like they do in the NBA, I bet you people would think it's more competitive. It's because if they feel like they do that, they're so like they feel like they're put not the women in the league, but I think that the powers that be and the people that sign the checks put so much pressure on their image and want them to project this image of being ladylike. And you know what? It's okay if women are out there not being ladylike, playing sports. If you ever been to a women's soccer game in high school, they beat the shit out of each other. It's wild as fuck to watch whenever you watch those soccer games. Some of them are crazy. And they get super competitive.
Our women's American team, like
just puts it on, talk shit on people all the time, and put people. Hope Solo was an okay goalie, but I mean she beat up like a 12-year-old, and some people still love Hope Solo because she runs her fucking mouth, even though she kicked her Solo. He like beat up her like 13-year-old nephew like in the driveway or some shit. I don't know.
He probably deserved it, dude.
I don't know. You can't say that, man. He's
allegedly.
And then slapped the parents for getting mad for being like, "How dare you hit my kid?" She's like, "Shut up." You know how many golds I got? Well, not as many as I should.
She's like Eazy-E. She's like Eazy-E. I slapped the hoe. Facts. And then.
but real talk. Like shout out to all of women's collegiate basketball this year, because that was awesome. Those games were great. That was super competitive, and to see that edge, you're like, man, because people will tune in for that shit. People will, if they both go to the WNBA and they're playing each other, they will. Whenever people will watch those games. They're going to be pitted against each other. It's like a rivalry was born. So, hopefully Angel Reese, she's a sophomore. She continues to develop her skills, because Caitlin Clark on a skill level outclasses her, but their games are different. So hopefully they can become more impactful, and we see where this fucking goes. But shout out to them, man.
Yeah, shout out women's sports. Shout out to San Diego State. My pseudo alma mater, didn't graduate there, but I lived on campus for 4 years. Good run. And then I guess shout out to UConn for the win.
Yeah, UConn. That's what they do, man. Every once in a while, they just pop up, and you're like, why a Husky? So, every once in a while they do. But, no, I mean, that was just good to watch. That was a good... I wish I would have done a women's bracket. That's how I felt. I was like, ooh, I wish I would have done a women's bracket.
Yeah, well, next year we'll do it.
Yeah, big facts. But what else you got? You got anything for me?
Nah,
81.
81. Isn't that how much Toby dropped on Jordan Love?
Yeah. Oh, I just realized I had the title fucked up on the stream the whole time. It was correct. It was just too small. Meh, whatever.
Well,
This is just nice, right? I'm looking like at you. Like, hey, what's up, bitch? Well, before it was just too much, man. And now it's a pretty mega setup. It's pretty wild, man. So we're going to have some fun with it. But no, I got nothing else. You're doing okay? Life's treating you good?
yeah,
Fam's good?
I'm doing really well.
Good, man. Good. Well, I'm happy. And it's good to see your punk ass. Any words of wisdom before we sign out? You always put it all on me, so I always try to push it off.
These other podcasters are like pasta. When the heat comes, they get soft.
Okay. I'm going to cheer and clap that. Well, episode 81, Kiss the Rings. Keep an eye out for Trump. Tomorrow we'll find out what he's indicted for, and that could be fantastic. But other than that, just stay safe, be good, stay out of trouble, save your money because there might be a huge crash one of these days. And like always, go fuck yourselves.
Lock him up. Lock him up.
Lock him
Lock him
up.
up.
Let's
Ciao.
go. Peace.
Recording stopped.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later.